This video is going to have a look at using the cosine rule to be able to solve a word problem. The cosine rule formula is going to be c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared minus 2 times ab, and then we're going to multiply that by the cos of angle c. So after we use the cosine rule to find what our c squared value is, similar to Pythagoras, we would find the square root of that value to find the c value. To use the cosine rule to find a missing side, what we need to know is we need to know two sides of the triangle, plus we need to know the angle that is opposite the missing side. So here, when we're trying to find side C, we need to know the angle of capital C, which is opposite that missing side. So if we don't have the information, we won't be able to use the cosine rule without finding out some missing information. Now, we can also rearrange the cosine rule formula to be able to find one of the missing angles. So let's have a look at how we rearrange that formula. So to rearrange the formula, what we do is we subtract 2a times b times cos of angle C, and then we move it over to the other side. When we move it over to the other side, it is going to become a plus. Then, as well, what we do is we take our c squared value and we move that over to the other side as well. And this time when we move it over to the other side, it is going to become a subtraction. So what we're left with after we complete those two steps is a positive 2ab times cos of c is equal to a squared plus b squared minus c squared. Now to get cos of c by itself, then what we do is we take our 2ab and we move it over the other side by dividing it. So our formula then becomes cos of angle C is going to equal a squared plus b squared minus c squared, and then we're going to divide it by 2ab. So then we can use that formula to be able to find our missing angle value of c by using the inverse of cos function. So on your formula sheet, you will be provided with the standard cosine rule formula, which is the one we started with. You will need to know how to rearrange it to be able to find a missing angle. So let's have a look at an example of how we can apply the cosine rule to find some missing information in a triangle. So in this example, a hockey goal is 3 meters wide when Sophie is 7 meters from one post and 5.2 meters from the other post. She shoots a goal. Within what angle to the nearest degree must the shot be made to correctly score the goal? So having a look for important information in the question, I've got a hockey goal and that is 3 meters wide. I know that Sophie is 7 meters from one post and I know that she is 5.2 meters from the other post. So I can use that information to be able to create a diagram that's going to help me to work out my answer. So I'm going to draw a triangle. I'm going to start off with a hockey goal, which is going to be 3 meters apart. Then I've got Sophie standing over here, and I know that if I draw lines down to each corner of the goal, one side is going to be 7 meters and the other side is going to be 5.2 meters. So going back to the question, we need to work out within what angle to the nearest degree must Sophie shoot within to score a goal. So if Sophie is standing here, the angle she needs to score within is that angle there. So to answer the question, we need to work out what that angle is going to be. And I can do that by using the cosine rule because I know I've got 3 known sides of the triangle. So I can use those 3 known sides to be able to work out what is that missing angle. So starting off with our standard cosine rule formula. So c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. And then I'm going to subtract 2ab times cos of angle C. So because I'm trying to work out a missing angle, I need to rearrange that formula. So that's going to be positive 2ab times by cos of angle C is going to equal to a squared plus b squared minus c squared. So my cos of angle C is going to equal A squared plus B squared minus C squared divided by 2AB. So now what I need to do, once I've got my formula that I'm going to substitute into, I need to go back to the original question and label my information. So my unknown angle, I'm going to label as angle C. The side opposite angle C is going to be side C. And then my two other sides are going to be side A and side B. So now that I've labeled my information, I can go back to the question and substitute in that information to the formula. So that is going to be cos of angle C, and that's going to equal 5.2 squared plus 7 squared minus 3 squared divided by 2 times 5.2 times by 7. So cos of angle C is going to equal 0.9209. So I can use the inverse of cos to work out what my C value is going to be. So C is going to be the inverse of cos 0.9209. So my C value is going to be 22.94, which rounds to 23 degrees. So Sophie must shoot within the angle of 23 degrees to score a goal. So that is an example of how we can use the cosine rule to help us in calculating the answer to a word problem.